Shout out to the Cows Gang. I'm your host, Mr. Palmer, and welcome to the show, Victim or Volunteer. What I want y'all to do, grab the nearest couch, sit back, and enjoy the ride. Cows Gang, Cows Gang, Cows Gang. Man, we gotta talk about this one, man. You have a man by the name of Malik Jones who was allegedly arrested for a fatal shooting in Cheshire Bridge Rd Northeast on Saturday morning, right? And this is this year, 2025, January, right? The police responded to a shooting located there at 7:52 in the morning on January 18th, right? The victim was a male and he was pronounced dead on the scene. And later that day, officers responded to a criminal trespass call down the road and identified the suspect as Malik Jones. This is the picture of Malik Jones. Now, Jones was detained and a possible firearm used in a homicide was seized. That's crazy. He had the gun, allegedly. If he did it, he had the gun on him that he used, knowing there's a chance the police can get him. Okay. The investigation is ongoing with murder charges pending against Jones, right? So he was arrested early Saturday morning on Bridge Road. Now, here's what we know. The male victim suffered from multiple gunshot wounds, and I told you died on the scene, investigated as a homicide. And the same day in Zone 2, officers responded to this criminal trespass on Bridge Road, recognizing the suspect involved, in the trespassing as a person of interest in earlier homicide. You know what I'm saying? Malik Jones, who's 29 years old, was taken into custody without incident. Police also recovered a firearm believed to have been used in the shooting, right? What we don't know is the individual who shot to death. He ain't been identified yet. We don't know the motive of the shooting is unknown. And Jones was transported to the police headquarters for questioning by homicide detectives. Charges including murder are pending as the investigation continues. Now, here's the thing I want y'all to see. Tell me why this dude was attacked, stabbed, beaten, and hospitalized less than 24 hours after being booked for murder. You can't make up.
Atlanta police believe that they have caught the shooter in an early morning murder. Police found a man dead with multiple gunshot wounds inside an apartment at the Helios building on Cheshire Bridge Rd. That was just before 8 o'clock this morning. Well, a few hours later, they were called for a trespasser at the CVS pharmacy right next door. Well, the officer recognized the man as the suspected shooter. 19-year-old Malik Jones was taken into custody along with the suspected gun. Police do plan to charge him with murder.
So now, I want y'all to understand that it ain't been 24 hours and this dude basically had an attempt on his life. He did survive, but the trip out about this whole thing, the attack was recorded on a contraband cell phone. And because of that, they sent it to his mother. His mother seen it. Now, can you imagine you being a mother or a father to a son who's accused for murder, locked up in jail, and not even 24 hours, he's getting brutally attacked and attempts on his life? Now, because of that, it raised further concerns about the safety and conditions of the troubled facility. Fulton County Jail, located in Georgia, a place that's known for a lot of to happen. Just like Cook County Jail, just like Rikers Island. Those one of the three jails you don't want to be at. You don't want to with. Now, the attack comes just 15 days after the Department of Justice reached a court-ordered agreement with Fulton County Sheriff's Office and the county to implement the corrective action plan to aim to improve safety and living conditions following 16-month civil rights investigation. So they had investigations about, Fulton County as the conditions being inhumane, violent, and unsanitary. I think that's most of these jails, you know. But what I'm gonna do before we get into about the jail with the unsanitary and the violent, humane, and all that, let's talk about what happened to Malik Jones. I'm gonna let the news speak his piece on that situation.
New tonight at 11, an inmate is in the hospital as we speak after an attack inside a cell at the Fulton County Jail on Wright Street. The attack comes just a couple of weeks after the sheriff's office entered a court order agreement with the United States Justice Department, or the DOJ, to improve safety and living conditions at the jail. The agreement followed a 16-month-long investigation by the DOJ that found conditions were unconstitutional, unlawful, and dangerous. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn live tonight in Atlanta from the Fulton County Jail. So, Cody, what do we know about this latest attack?
Well, Ron, we know that this attack was captured on video by a cell phone smuggled into the jail. This morning, the inmate's mother actually reached out to me after this video was loaded onto social media and sent to her. She was trying to get a hold of the sheriff's office, was getting nowhere, so she turned to 11 Alive. In that video, what it shows is a shank in one of the inmate's hands and at least 3 other inmates stomping on the inmate's head. The attack too violent to show.
I saw that knife too, and I heard my son screaming, and now he's in the hospital, so there was a knife.
The Fulton County Sheriff's Office confirming the attack but denying Malik Jones was stabbed. His mom worried her son will never see his day in court.
They're going to finish what they started.
Jones was booked on Saturday, charged with murder, accused of killing a man inside this apartment complex along Cheshire Bridge Rd. Atlanta police say the call came in just before 8 a.m.
It was a shock. It was a shock. 7 o'clock in the morning. He's not even a morning person, so that was definitely a shock. For him to even be in an environment like that.
Saying her son, who's from St. Charles, Maryland, has only been in Metro Atlanta for a few months.
He's been down there trying to chase his music career. He tried to call me once yesterday. The last I spoke to him, he was, doing some music stuff.
However, she has no idea what happened on Saturday morning here in Northeast Atlanta.
As a parent, I feel for both sides. I honestly don't know my son's side, and I don't believe that my son would do anything like that. And I feel for the family who lost their son as well. I mourn and I sympathize with them.
All right.
Now, at last check, Jones was still in the hospital, expected to be released soon. But again, his mom is worried about his safety here real quick. In the video, which again was uploaded on social media, it was captioned, "Touch one of mine, you get tortured for life. Jail won't save you." His mom believes this was in retaliation for that shooting on Saturday. As of tonight, police have not identified this victim, nor have they released a motive in that deadly shooting. Live in Atlanta, Cody Alcorn, 11 Alive News.
Man, that was the mother speaking. She was smart. She didn't show her face, but they didn't show the video either. And I tried to find a video. I didn't find it. But even if I had, I wasn't gonna put it out here because, YouTube would have flagged me. But in the video, it shows that 3 inmates stomping on his head, while another one wields a shank. So he gets stumped out and stabbed. And his head was forced into a cell's toilet. Now, he was booked on Saturday for murder charges and, was in the hospital, then released that Sunday. The mother, Rosita Jones, is expressed she fears for her son's life. She fears that it's retaliation. She said that her son was there in Atlanta from Maryland to pursue his music business and pursue being a rapper. And she said in the video, she heard her son screaming. She saw the knife as well. Now he in the hospital. She's, talking to the news reporter, and she is worried that they're going to finish what they started. Now, can you imagine as a parent, your son locked up or something like this and don't even have a chance to plead his case? Because, by law, they say you're you're innocent to proven innocent. And a lot of people beg to differ when it comes to that. And you saw at the end of the news clip where somebody said, you going to jail ain't gonna save you for getting yours, your just due. You're not gonna be safe, you know. So man, that is something. They said he just got to Georgia. Only been there a few months. She said he's not a morning person. What do y'all think about that? He's not a morning person. I don't know why he'll be somewhere over there. I guess he sleep all day, so he didn't do it. I don't know. She said she was in shock to learn about the charges. She did apologize to the deceased family. She gives sympathy to the family. And she said, as a parent, I feel for both sides. She said, I don't honestly know about, my son's side, but I don't believe my son would do anything like that. She said she mourned and she sympathized with them. It's an unfortunate situation that happened. Like I said, Malik Jones has been charged for murder, for allegedly committing a murder. They allegedly found a gun. They allegedly basically got evidence to prove that he did it. And not even 24 hours, he's been stumped out, stabbed, and attempt on his life. Do y'all think that he's going to survive? Do you think that it's not over with? Do you think that, hey, it is what it is, fam? You kill somebody. What do y'all think, Couch Gang? I got to know, is Malik Jones a victim or volunteer? Y'all tell me what y'all think. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm Mr. Palmer, and this conversation is over. Couch Gang, Couch Gang.